What's going on, everyone? How is it going, guys? So I'm going to pop in here and adjust a couple settings while we wait for a few more people to join. If at any time the music seems too loud or if there are any other issues, let me know. Thanks for hitting the like button already. Welcome back. Thanks for doing this. Thank you, Cindy. This is going to be awesome. Yes, love what you're doing and appreciate your work. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello to all who are rejoining the stream. I have quite the stream in store. Ada, Loveless, this is going to be good. Love it. Can't agree more. I've got a pretty cool stream lined up. So let me, let's see. Yeah, happy Saturday to everyone. Hey, Pamela, how's it going? How's it going? I'm going to quickly make this full screen. So 1 second. Cool. So you should be able to hear me on this one. And I don't think there's music now, which is good, which is fine. Let me actually add that real quick. Full screen goes up here. I made some new screens. Here's the split screen, guys. Let me know what you guys think. So I got to adjust a few things, but I made some new screens. Hope everyone is doing well. Jody says, thank you, Jody. Hopefully everyone is doing well. We're going to dive in here in a little bit. I want to give a little bit more time for some people to pop in, but we're going to go take a journey through the Tetons. And then,
sure, you may be able to hear just how crispy the McDonald's.
Oh, really? Is the McDonald's crispy tender chicken crispy? I'm gonna go ahead and stop the Spotify for now. I need to get Spotify Premium so those ads don't pop in. But anyways, we're gonna hop in and check out a few different things today. Going through Moab and then the Tetons. We're gonna compare the different how far the distance was in between those two areas. And then we're actually going to go down the same dirt road that the red, white, and Bethune, I think is what it is. The car from the red, white, or the van from the red, white, and Bethune video. We're going to go down that same road that they went down, and we're going to kind of pinpoint exactly where all of that, or where their campsite was, and potentially where Gabby ended up being found. McDonald's fries sound good right about now. Yeah, they do. They don't sound bad. But yeah, so like I said, oh wow, there's 58 people in here, 60 people in here. This is crazy. Thanks again for joining, you guys. All of you guys that are from Mel's stream and anyone who happened to come across the stream yesterday. Super appreciate you stopping back by. Feel free to share the stream with anyone who you might think would enjoy it. I'm going to do one more little thing here. Boom. Adjust that a little. And yeah, okay, so let's just hop in because I'm going to actually go over a couple of I'm going to just do a bit of a recap on some things that I've already covered. So specifically the footage that came out that I gave the video to Mel a couple days ago of the confirmed location where Brian ended up being found. And so I just want to kind of show people that because we're going to compare water levels before we go dive into the Tetons and Moab, because some people sent me some really helpful videos to showcase the difference in water levels. BL, thank you for the reminder. Everyone who is watching, definitely hit the like button. Appreciate you reminding people. That definitely helps. Definitely helps get the stream out there. But okay, so I'm gonna hit play on this just to show you guys. So real quick, if you haven't seen this video, my mouse right up here in the top right corner is right here is the little tent that they set up when they were initially kind of pinpointing the location of the items that were found. And then they put the kind of crime scene tape around that area. That is identified as this area right down here. So I know a lot of people have seen this already, but we're just going to go through it very quickly. And then as the video pans over, this is all from the WFLA footage. This is kind of the area that we're looking at now. Obviously the water levels, and I kind of talk about that in my video, the water levels are going to be different depending on the year, the time of year. But that's kind of what we're looking at there. And then as it goes forward even more, you guys can see the same tree line. It's the exact same shape right there. So this is the edge of that big clearing. And then can you zoom in? Jens, I will hop into the actual map in just a moment as well to show this location. But you can see right here, this is also the same area that we're looking at on the road with a little bit of water on either side. And then you guys can see the top of the road as well, matches up perfectly with the area in which the media was lining up. So this is like right here where you see my mouse wiggling around. That's where all the media had been lining up towards the end of the search. And this is pretty far from where they initially started searching. And that's where my video yesterday came in. If you guys haven't seen it, I talk about how far they were initially searching. So now once we figured out a few days ago where Brian was actually found, I was like, well, let me go back and look at like super old WFLA footage and then try to determine where they were initially searching. And I was able to do that with yesterday's video. So I don't know if I'll go through that again. If someone really wants to see it, let me know. But I wanted to at least go through this to kind of show you guys that it lines up perfectly. But this is an interesting thing here. So this is some of that old, this isn't from WFLA, but it is old live chopper footage taken from or streamed on September 27th. Okay, so this is almost a whole month ago at this point. And this is the area that I was just showing you guys on the map. If we look, I'm going to let it zoom out a little bit more. It is a lot swampier than a lot more, water than what we were seeing before. And actually, this is where they found Brian. So let me go ahead and split screen this. This is where it gets fun. So we're going to split screen. Thank you to the 100 people that are here. Oh my goodness. 100 people. Thank you guys so much. If you're here and you want to hit the like button, that would truly help the stream. If we get it to 100 likes, oh my gosh, since there's 100 of you here, that would be cool. So, all right, let's zoom in on Northport, okay? And I'm actually going to put this on this side since my screen takes up a little bit of that corner. So let's show this again. So Jenny, I think, was asking if I could zoom in on the map. So let me show you guys if I zoom out and just kind of show the city of Northport on the left side of the screen. Oh, sorry that PayPal is up there. I'm going to move that. Delete that. People were asking for that info yesterday, and I greatly appreciate you guys wanting to do that. But it is not, it's by no means necessary. I do have that listed on this here if anyone feels so inclined. But anyways, that's all in the description as well, any of that info. I am new to YouTube, so I don't have super chat or any of that yet. I'm very close to the amount of watch time needed to unlock that, so potentially in a future stream. But aside from that, let's dive in. Let's literally dive into this water, okay, to show you guys how deep it really was in the beginning. And I know this is kind of hard to, it's a tough pill to swallow because a lot of people, and look, there's still a lot of things around this case that are sketchy with the whole idea of the cadaver dogs not being able to pinpoint him. So I'm not saying that there's not some weird loop, like things fell through the cracks clearly to some degree. But anyways, this is the Carlton, or this is Northport. And as we zoom in, this is kind of what we're looking at right now. Okay, guys. So if I turn the angle, you guys will see that this right here is going to be the exact same shape over here. Does that make sense? Is it looking like the same thing? So if we can't really see it on the full screen because the helicopter hasn't pushed back enough, but you can kind of start to see the road down here. And then this is that curved road that I was talking about. So as we zoom in, and I'm actually going to drop a little street view action. This right here is where the Northport, or where they were blocking off people from entering the reserve. So the police, the Northport police, they were all kind of in that area, making sure people weren't entering the reserve. And so anyways, so let's go back to this angle, looking back down. This right over here is from my video where I was mentioning that they were taping off that section where Brian was believed to have been found, right? Or at least his items in this area. I don't know exactly where they found him, right? It could have been within the trees somewhere. We have no idea. Following you from iCkEdMeL, you're amazing with the maps. Very interesting. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate it. Thank you guys all for all the amazing comments. Super nice. But anyways, so yeah, let's go back to this angle here just to show you guys, to compare the water levels. So look at how much water is kind of around this section right here. And I know we're not seeing this area where Brian was found super clearly in this image. You can tell that within the trees down here, it is definitely wet, right? Was that the manhole sewer drain by the little bridge? Yeah, so I think, are you referring to the video, or, because there's definitely near the bridge, there is this right here, if that's what you're talking about. But anyways, so just look at how much water there is. I mean, it's pretty substantial if we compare the footage to when they were streaming the day that they found Brian. And this is from WFLA on the day they found Brian. So obviously it's up here on the right side of the screen. So it's much smaller right now. And I know I'm just reacting to my video, you guys, but let me show you guys when it kind of moves back over. So even this edge of this big section right here, which would be this section in this video, it has so much more water right here. Can you guys see that? So much more water around the edge of this big clearing, and it's just not there. It's just not there in this video here from WFLA. So it definitely, it's safe to say that all cleared up. And I actually have one more photo. 200 people in the chat. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. People are joining back up. That's amazing. Let me show one more photo that I showed in yesterday's stream. If anyone wasn't here, it's worth showing again just to kind of showcase the water level differences. Okay, so let me pull it up here. I hope this is up. So as we can see from September 28th, this is that curved road area right up here that I was talking about near the entrance to the reserve. And as you can see, just a lot of standing water. Even if it was ankle high or knee high water, we're talking a lot more water compared to October 20th. I mean, this is the curved road that we're looking at. We're looking at it from a slightly different angle right here. Teresa, is this from September 13th? This is showing September 28th. And I can't confirm that specifically. I don't want to say that this is completely factual. But this right down here is apparently from October 20th. And I know that this is definitely from when they were searching for Brian, because you can see the law enforcement vehicles. So this isn't just some random screenshot from when the reserve was definitely wet. Let's all show Aaron that we can be grown-ups. No trolling, please. Yeah, so I was... no trolling, please. I was reached out to a few people in regards to modding. And I want to mention this real quick, as I have a few of you in here. So I appreciate all the people reaching out about modding. I was given a suggestion to go ahead and stream a couple of times without any mods, to get an idea of who is kind of showing up and who is maybe interested in coming to my streams more than just maybe once every now and again. And so I think I'm just going to be kind of taking a peek at the chat and see who's in there, see who's engaged, And then over the next stream or two, maybe reach out to a couple people. I'll definitely keep the emails in mind that I'm getting. So if you feel interested in modding, definitely email me. And then I'm not going to really like fully pick that yet until I kind of do a little bit more streaming. I don't want to jump straight into that and just give that to someone right away, if that makes sense. I'm showing my whole family your videos and they'll be, oh, thank you. Thank you, Margarita T. Alicia, that's a good idea. Alicia, whichever. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. But anyways, yeah, so I wanted to show that. So now let's jump into some interesting stuff. So, excuse me, this map. So let's make this full screen here and let's move on to, so we got over the water level stuff. This is all very interesting. And it's very clear that this is the section that they found Brian. And unfortunately, yeah, it does look like there was a lot more water at the beginning of the search. So I had someone reach out to me on Twitter asking me about this image specifically. I can't get why. I mean, I don't know. I can't read the troll comments, Ginger. I can't see why you'd be getting trolled. You seem like a pretty decent guy, but there are idiots out there. I mean, I'm not seeing the troll comments. It's the internet. There's going to be trolls everywhere. I'm sure I'll watch back through it and see the troll comments later on, and I'll probably get a nice little laugh, but it's the internet, right? I'm just here because I'm interested in this case, much like a lot of you. And, you know, it's fun to go through this stuff and kind of, because at this point, I mentioned this in yesterday's stream, the case feels kind of like it's drawing to a close, right? But there's still so many things about this case that are unanswered. And so what we can do now is like dive in and really get specific about some of the questions that we have. Like what happened between the first day they searched the reserve and when they found him? How far away were they? And I found out in yesterday's video, if you want to check it out, they were 8.5 miles away initially. So they definitely honed in on that location over the course of, 4 or 5 weeks. Anyways, yeah, let's move on. So this picture, someone asked me if I could try to identify where Brian and Roberta are in this photo here. And so I did a little bit of, this wasn't too difficult to find out. Obviously the entrance to the reserve where Brian and Roberta would have entered that day was right here. And the day that Chris Laundrie went on October 7th to search for Brian, this is where he entered the reserve, and his truck was somewhere in these trees. So it's safe to say that they entered the reserve. Obviously, you would have to go north because everything else south of here is homes. So they would have entered the reserve and been over here. And so I looked into the power lines. Obviously, in this photo, you guys can see we have a lot of really big power lines. These aren't just your normal like street power lines that go down your block in like a normal neighborhood. And so I believe that's these power lines here. It looks like there's 2 of them. So maybe actually, oh no, there looks to be a pole right here on the left and a big pole right here. So it looks like, they were at a spot where there was definitely 2 of the power lines. And then we're seeing, Google Images can kind of only show so much, but you can kind of see them sticking out of the ground. So I ping them at somewhere along this stretch of road, right? So maybe even right here, looking this way. So we have 2 power lines right here. You guys see at the bottom of the frame, there's a double, it's like an access road. And then there's a single power line running the rest of the road on the left as well. So you see it's like a little dirt road. So yeah, I think that's where they were at when they entered the reserve. I think this photo was taken of them shortly after they got to the reserve. And then they went into the reserve. And right up here is where they ended up finding Brian's stuff. So it was less than a mile into the reserve. I'll go ahead and show you guys from the entrance to the reserve. If we measure the distance in through, I'm just going to kind of do a rough measurement into the reserve. And let's just say they went through these trees to the section where Brian, his items and eventually his remains were found, was 4,758 feet roughly, right? So it'd be like this route right here. So less than a mile into the reserve, which is wild. So another video came across my feed that someone asked, and they said, can you try to pinpoint where they are at in this video? Now, this one was easy, in my opinion. This is very clearly taken from a reporter or somebody at the beginning of the stream. Oh, thank you for 300 people. Oh my goodness. This was probably a reporter or some law enforcement that was filming them coming into the reserve. This is early on. So if we hit play on this, they're walking, and you can see that there's a bit of grass to their right, and obviously grass to the left, and then a fence line to the right. Okay. So this is near the entrance of the reserve. It's very obvious. There's no water, there's access roads, all of this. I went through the Google image of the entrance of the reserve, which is right here. And if you go into the reserve, there are the same color roads. And then you can see this section right here. And this is exactly where they were. So if we turn the map this way and then angle it down, that's what we're looking at. So we see the fence to the right as the road gets straightens out, and you'll see Chris Laundrie he goes to the right here, and then if we pause the video, you see it's like a big circle road around the center of this green grass patch. If we go right here, this is where Chris turned right in the video, and you can see the edge of the grass right there. That's the same edge of the grass. And then they decide to go into the reserve, which would be back down the road. And then you guys can see also, you can see it on the Google image that the fence line is right there on the right side of the screen. And the fence line is right there on the right side of the screen. So that's it. RK, I have zero affiliation to Aaron, just super impressed and hope you are too. Please like and sub. Thank you, RK. I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Sip some water and keep on moving, guys. I'm probably going to stream for, let's see, it's 1:52 my time. About another hour and a half maybe. So it's not going to be the longest stream in the world, but I thank you guys for joining, because this is fun stuff. And Ada, this is so cool. Thank you. Okay, real quick, Shelly, I'm going to show you guys where they started the search. So this question keeps coming up a little bit. Let me show you before we jump into the other stuff. But that's the first couple of things that I wanted to show you guys. And I'm thinking about ripping these off the stream and putting them as individual videos. Alicia W. Aaron, since there's so many new people, can you fill us in on what you do? Like for my job, I edit videos for different companies. So I work in production essentially. So right now I work from home and I edit videos as a freelancer. So I used to work for a professional soccer team in Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City. And I was a producer there. And then I moved here to Florida. I'm actually in Florida for just a year. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But right now, I'm streaming. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the follow on Twitter, Velvet. And thank you, Eric, for the Venmo. I appreciate it. No need to Venmo me, but if you feel so inclined, that is super, super nice of you. Okay, so let's move on. I was going to show really quickly, 1 second. Let me go to this and we're going to show, someone asked where the FBI started their search for Brian. So we're going to go to my videos here real quick. So my video from yesterday, we'll let this load. Oh my gosh, too many of me. Too many. So I kind of go over the beginning of this video as a recap. You know what I could show you guys? I mean, here, let me just play my video, and this will give me like a couple seconds to take a break and just, sip some water, catch up on a few comments that I saw that I might want to address. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video to show you guys for anyone who didn't see this video yesterday. Cool? I didn't even have to line. I mean, it was immediate that I knew. So this is where the FBI likely started the search for Brian Laundrie in the beginning stages of the Carlton Reserve. Okay. There was this notch in the water here that is the same notch there. And that is all I needed to know. I mean, everything else is obvious. You've got the curved road right here. As we play the video, you can see they zoom in. This is kind of where the media was focusing on, or I guess the media was setting up. Yeah, they zoom in here. You see some of the law enforcement blocking off the entrance to the reserve. And then, yeah, you see that the tree here is the same tree in the shot, and the media is lined up there. I mean, I think they even got a shot of the street, the cross street, so you can even see that. But they're zoomed in right here on this section now. As you can see, they're following this road up. They're showing all of their equipment, their airboats, all their trucks, all the things they had. Early on in the search efforts, you guys remember they had so many crazy vehicles. They had so many, they spent so much money out there. And so right now I want to show, this is where they had kind of set up their base camp. And so we're going to go ahead and zoom in on that now. And that would be right here. So if I pause the video and I let me move this over a little bit. You'll see the tents that are in, or not the tents, but the two little roofs right here. It matches up. So it was very obvious to see that this was exactly where they were starting to focus their efforts in the early stages of the search. So what I found to be interesting is matching this up with what I already knew about where they found Brian Laundrie. It's very interesting. So they were obviously much further west in their initial search. So there's that lake right there on the screen. This is that section that I just showed you where they were kind of all parking their vehicles and setting up a base camp. If we move over, way over here is where they ended up finding Brian. Way over here, like I just said, this section. This is this curved road. This is where the media was setting up in the later part of the search when they ended up actually finding the remains. You guys will remember those shots of the media right there. So I thought, you know what? How far were they from where they ended up actually finding him? So let's go ahead and do the same thing where we measure the distance. We zoom out. We go way over here in the reserve. And once again, here's the lake. Here's kind of where they were setting up their base camp. And let's just go ahead and see. And it's exactly 8.75 miles from where they found Brian. I don't know if they knew that if say the Mustang was parked here, right, when he came out. So I'm going to skip ahead because I heard that the Mustang was confirmed to have been parked towards the east where they ended up finding Brian, much closer, which makes this a little bit crazier because if they knew for a fact that the Mustang was closer to the other entrance to the park, why were they searching initially 8.5 or almost 9 miles west? So I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit just to show you guys this straight line. This is another thing I found super interesting about this map information. My next interesting point, if we zoom out and look at the line that I just measured. Guys, I got to go full face cam for this. That is a direct lateral line, like the same line of latitude. I mean, if we even look, it mirrors the road. It is parallel with the road almost perfectly. It's almost a straight line east to west. If we zoom out even more in the state of Florida, I mean, look at this. It's almost like they pinged a location initially that was hitting them with a line of latitude that they could at least be on. Okay, so that kind of clears up that question about where was the FBI, or at the very least, where was the local law enforcement beginning the search for Brian. Let's give Aaron's channel a boost. I also saw someone saying they were from Kansas City, Kansas. Amazing. I used to live in Kansas City, Kansas, right next to state line. So I was like right next to Missouri and right next to Kansas. So welcome to the stream. Shout out to Kansas City. So hopefully that answers your question, Jess. I think it was someone named Jess that asked. And then, yeah, someone also said that Aaron confirmed that their headquarters were further away than the Laundrie home, which is interesting. So if we, it's wild to think that the Laundrie's home was further away, or was closer rather. I mean, because the Laundrie's home is just right down in here, and they were headquartered so far away. Now, I don't know what their process is in looking for a missing person, so we can only speculate at this point. But it is odd that they were searching so far away, and I mean, look at how big the reserve is. Like, why? Like, they didn't come up here at all, I guess. I don't know. They really stuck to this area down by the, south end of the reserve. So I don't know. This is where the stream is going to get really interesting, you guys, because this is kind of some new stuff, and it's not new information. We're going to be following information that's out there, but I wanted to map it with, to show you guys the map data as well, the images that line up with the body camera footage from when they were pulled over in Moab. This is just showing that this was the area where the police were going in and out of the reserve. So you can see the fence there. Same thing. There's the fence. So that's the entrance that they were using towards the end of the search. Over 500 people in here. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. If you want to hit the like button, we are at 250 likes. We're halfway to the amount of people that are in here. If everyone that was in here, if you're enjoying it, we could technically get another 250 likes to hit that 500. That would be awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and split screen this. This is the next bit of split screening that we'll do here, guys. So let me go ahead and put myself right over here. Actually, no, I'm going to keep myself over here and then do the same thing where I split this to either side. So this is obviously there's 600 people in here now. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop looking at that. That's going to freak me out. 600 people. This is the body camera footage that we are all so familiar with from the August 12th, when they were pulled over in August. And so I'm going to show you guys that this right here, I'll go full screen. This is the exact area that they were pulled over in Utah. And if I go straight up, it's this location here. So it's a very remote location right outside of the city of Moab. So there's Moab there. Moab's a really small place, actually. It's just a small, narrow city in between these huge, vast rock formations. So they were just outside the city. And I'll show you guys, if we drop the little street view down, we will be able to move forward and show that this is the exact location in which the van was located. So if the easiest thing to do is look at rock formations, right? So if we look right over here and zoom in on this, these are the leaning rocks that you guys can see right here. So this is a very clear indicator that we're in the exact spot. Another thing to look at would be this yield sign. That's picked up in the body cam footage on the very far right side of the screen. Venmo and PayPal are in the description. Jenny, thank you. Yeah, Venmo and PayPal, if you guys feel so inclined, are in the description. Do not feel like you need to, but it is greatly appreciated. Thank you. So let me go ahead and keep playing this, and then I'll show you guys kind of the mountain range in the distance. So if I pause the video again and we look off into this distance, it's hard to tell, but this top section right here is obviously this top section over here. And the sun was kind of going down at this point, so that we're getting a much more shadowed side of this mountain than when this one was taken. But I mean, you can even see the rocks sticking up. I mean, you can see this rock right here. And then you can see this individual boulder, I guess you could call it. It's not a rock, it's massive. And then you can even start to see the edge of this one right here. So, I mean, it's absolutely 100% this area. And just to confirm it again, when we have Brian out of the car a moment later, he is next to this do not enter sign. And it's so easy to see at this point that it's the same exact rock formation behind him. So to his right, or I guess it would be his left, but to the right of the screen, this is all lining up. and it's the same formation there. So this is exactly where they were pulled over. And these are the coordinates for anyone that is interested, the actual latitude and longitude. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it in the chat. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. But until then, keep on smashing that like button. Thank you guys so much. We're at 700 people in the stream. Guys, that's awesome. That is really, really cool. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I know that, like I said, this isn't like I'm not uncovering new information by any means, but it definitely is interesting, to say the least, that it's so easy to go in and line all of this up. And the thing to do, there's the coordinates for the Moab area that they were pulled over, if anyone wants to copy those and paste those into a map, like a Google map of their choice. But yeah, this isn't all new information, but it's cool to be able to go through this, and we're going to do the same thing at the campsite next. So stick around, because we're going to be going to the Tetons location. We're going to be pairing the, well, you know what? Let's just go into it. Let's go straight into it. We'll go to the next thing right here. This is the only other thing I wanted to show you guys. Beach Gal, you're amazing. Thank you. This right here is the area that I just showed you guys, that they got pulled over right outside Moab. They were just northwest of Moab. And this is where Gabby unfortunately met her demise. It is tremendously sad, but this is the location apparently in Spread Creek that they found her body. And so we're going to go through, and the total miles away is 527 miles. Apparently they went through Salt Lake City, so I would imagine out of the 3 routes that Google shows, they would have been, still right around 500 to 600 miles, but they would have likely gone on this route right here. So, and if they drove straight through, it would have taken them close to 9 hours of driving. Doesn't make it over. Answers and evidence are there and need uncovered. Absolutely. Wife, CJ, my wife, so yesterday during the stream, she came home right after I streamed. I had to hop off super quick yesterday. She didn't believe me when I told her that there was like 1,000 people watching me yesterday. She's actually in the other room taking a nap, so maybe she'll come out here in a little bit and say, hey, we just got back from brunch. Yeah, that was funny yesterday. CJ, thanks for stopping back by. I appreciate it. But anyways, there's this location here. And then I want to drop in very quickly the coordinates to the location that, and this might not be correct. But this is apparently where they found Gabby. So I want to drop these for everyone else as well. If you want to plug in both of these locations, I just put it in the chat. That's apparently where they found Gabby, at the Spread Creek park outside the Tetons. So that information was given to me, which is super helpful in being able to determine where the red, white, and Bethune footage came from, or where they were at in relation to the road. So I went ahead and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, where we get the map over here and then we get the footage right here. So let's go to, we're on theater mode. Okay, guys. So this is interesting. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger here, and then I'll go ahead and take that off. No, I won't. I'll do, how do I, I got to collapse that. Okay, cool. So here we go. Where's my shout out? Ginger, there's your shout out. All right, so now we're going to play live. We're going to do a live tracking. So this is what happens when I go down these rabbit holes and I'm trying to line up Google imagery to, or satellite imagery to footage, okay? So this is the footage from the Red, White, and Bethune YouTube channel that, if you guys are unaware, ended up driving next to Gabby or I'll just say Gabby's van, because it was Gabby's van. And they actually ended up catching her van in their shot from their travels. So they were traveling in in September in their van, and they had a camera rolling as they were going through the park. So let's go ahead and hit play. So this right here is going to be right here. So now we're going this way. So that camper, let me just inch back a little bit. That camper and that car are parked right here. Okay, guys, in this little clearing. Okay. And then it'll be very easy as we go along to see when they turn. So the camera on the right, the video is going to be turning right here in a moment because we can see there's a gradual right turn. So here's the gradual right turn. I'm going to do my best to follow this at the same time. So they're kind of turning. You can see the trees starting to come into frame. There's the trees right there. Okay, and you can already see the video starts to go to the left of the road. And we see a slight turn to the left here before it comes back to the right. So we're going to keep following. This is a huge indicator coming up, guys. You're going to see this little road to the left, and you're going to see where it connects back to the main road that the van is on, the van filming this footage right now. Okay, so boom, there it is right there. So you can see if I pause, the road comes in here and it curves around. It's a big horseshoe shape, a big C-shaped road. So that obviously goes in right there. And you can see in the video, there was someone in that campsite right there. And then right there would be this part of the road right here where it connects. Okay. So as we zoom out, you can see we're not far from where her body was found. It was likely out in this area. So, okay, Blaze, that's fine, man. I was under the impression that it was her van. I could be wrong. But anyways, yeah, obviously it was theirs. They were a couple. They were engaged. But yeah, anyways, this right here is where you can see the road splits off again. And then we'll kind of keep inching forward. So here we go. They must have been, oh, so it's off to the left. Yeah, okay. So then they're like probably right around where my mouse is at right now, because you can see they're trying to, it's kind of turning to the right, okay? And then it comes back to the left. So they would have been parked right here. And it's exactly straight over from where it shows. And I wish I could do a street view right here. They don't have that on these dirt roads. But then you'll see the road starts to turn off to the right again. I mean, that's literally this exact spot. And to confirm it even more, if they don't, I don't know if the video continues, but there's going to be a little bit of a right turn coming up for them. So there it is. There's the big right turn. So we'll kind of turn the map. And then there's going to be a big fork in the road coming up. And this completely confirms it. There's 1,000 people in here. Thank you to the 1,000 people that have joined the stream. So if I pause it right here, there's going to be this area right here is exactly where that truck is at that you guys are seeing to the right of the screen. Cool. So if we hit play again, this is the fork in the road that I was referring to. So here they are coming up on this fork in the road. So this is the clearing right here that we're seeing. And I'm not quite sure where they go, but it looks like they went to the right. So they would be on this trajectory right here, this direction. And then of course we could keep following this for an hour because we're tracking along with it fairly easily. But the road just keeps on going. So I don't know where they end up turning around, but that would be the area that they were camping. Would have been right here. That's where they set up. And apparently this is where they found Gabby. So, oh my gosh, Alicia W, man, that's crazy. 1,000 people. I know. I can't even imagine 1,000 people watching me just on my computer, putzing around on a map, but I appreciate you guys being here. So I have a lot of, oh my goodness, thank you. Hold on, let me shout out a few of these people. Thank you, Velvet, for following. Amanda, PSD, all those people on Twitter. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And thanks for sharing the stream and liking the stream. We're at almost 500 likes. That's crazy to think. 1,000 people in here. Okay, so I wanted to show this really quickly because someone was talking about this new kind of Zoom Earth map system. And you can go in and like track weather and all of this. So I'm not familiar enough with this program. I'm a Google Earth nerd, so I'm always down to watch someone else explore. Thank you. Yeah, me too. I'm not familiar enough with this program to know exactly what I can toggle, but it looks like you can go back in time. I mean, we're at October 9th right now. So we can actually track like rain and wind and weather from, weeks ago, right? It's October 23rd right now. So it'd be interesting to maybe go back and see if we can find some data, especially like weather data from the time that he would have entered the reserve. Because, I'm down in South Florida right now. I haven't been a resident of Florida for even a year at this point. And I, during the time that the case was happening and was super, going super strong, it was raining every day in Florida. I mean, the rainy season was on its way out, but it was raining every day. And then a couple of weeks ago, it stopped raining entirely for like several weeks. I mean, it just rained yesterday or 2 days ago for the first time in a couple weeks. So I believe that the reserve did recede in water. I mean, being down here in Florida and witnessing it myself, the rain definitely has subsided a bit. Anyways, so let me go to this real quick. I'll read a few comments, see what people are saying. Thanks again for hitting the like button, all that good stuff. It definitely helps the stream get out there. I got a lot of emails yesterday in regards to other cases. Turn my mic up. Let me pull it up a little bit closer as well. Thank you for that, PC board. I got a lot of messages in regards to other cases that I should maybe look into in terms of like map data. And I want to read a few emails off to you guys. So I'm just going to kind of play I'm just going to play some videos in the background right here. But I'm going to put my email up over here on the other screen. I'm going to read a couple, and I want to get your guys' opinions on some other cases. Because there's apparently a couple going on right now that are relatively large that possibly would be interesting to cover. So let me just do this. No, that works. We'll just go back to full screen. All right, let me pull this up. I think I screenshotted someone's email too. All right, I'm going to shout out some comments. Since I don't have super chats, it's hard to see everyone's comment go by. If there's absolutely something you want to show me, you could Venmo or PayPal me and have a description, or just email me, and I can check the email throughout the stream. My email is also in the description. So I apologize if I'm missing any messages in the stream. I don't have super chats yet, so it's hard to really get some of those big questions through. But I want to shout out some people. Keys belong to a camper that was there after the murders. What's that in regard to, Shelby? I'll have to check. 1 second. Sorry. Love map time. Thank you. As you can see up in the corner, I have a little globe since I love maps so much. Killing it with the views. Thank you, Juice. Oh, Juice Box. Juice from the Box is in here. Nice. Guys, if you see Juice from the Box in the chat and you or anyone you know likes comic books, video games, anything like that, that is the guy to follow. He covers a lot of really cool stuff on his channel. And he's a great friend. Love that guy. Good to see him in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, Juice. Okay. So here's someone. And since we're going to... actually, I was going to go to my email and look at some different emails in terms of other cases to follow in the future, but we're going to stick to Brian and Gabby today, their case today, because that's kind of what I named this whole stream. And we kind of got through all of the stuff that I was wanting to go through relatively quickly. And so maybe we'll stick to this case right now. JTube said, it would be great if you could show the route from Mary Piglet's in Jackson Hole to the Spread Creek car spot, Gabby's last public sighting, to body location. So that's an interesting thing. I'm going to do that next. Thank you for the suggestion. That can easily be done. So Mary Piglet's is in Jackson Hole, so we'll be able to easily track that and see how far that is from Gabby's last known spot. So right now on the left, I'm just playing some of that footage from earlier on in the search when it was very much clearly a lot more wet at the reserve. So I'm going to go through some of these comments again. But JTube, that's a great suggestion. I'm going to do that next. So I'm going to copy this. Mary Piglet's, Jackson Hole. Cool. I'll go through a few of these. Great info, Aaron. I saw you on iCkEdMeL and your mapping was fascinating. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. Yeah, iCkEdMeL, you guys. I know a lot of you guys are here because of iCkEdMeL. If you're here from iCkEdMeL, hit the like button so I know. We're at 544 likes. That will let me know and assure me that it is 100% because of iCkEdMeL that I have this many viewers right now. I had a few people email me saying that I was on their YouTube watch page, and that's how they found the stream yesterday. But without a doubt, iCkEdMeL is 100% the reason why so many of you wonderful people are here enjoying the stream. So iCkEd, thank you so much. I wanted to hop on live before 3:30 my time today, and I was like watching because I was like, I don't want to hop on as he's on. I want to support him as well and make sure that I'm not trying to like hop on when he's on and stuff like that. And so we're going to meet up for sure. He lives just a few cities north of me. He's in the same area that I'm in. And so we're going to definitely meet up at some point. Maybe in the future we could do a dual stream where I'm going through map data and he's maybe talking to you guys or something, and we can kind of go back and forth on all of that stuff. That would be really fun. So if you guys think that would be something you'd be interested in watching, definitely let him know. Sunshine Savannah says, no, your stream was suggested. Thanks for that info. I'm curious to know how many people are here from his stream and how many were suggested. I know that he shared my video that helped the video get like over 10,000 views. And so maybe a lot of people are coming from that as well. And that helped kind of push me in the algorithm to more people. But anyways, okay, I'm going to read a couple more comments and then we're going to go in and see exactly how far all of that was from, or how far the Gabby was from the, I'm already drawing a blank on the name of the place. The Jackson, Mary Piglet's in Jackson Hole. All right, so I'm going to pull this up here. You know what I could do? No, never mind. What does this say? Okay, sorry guys. I'm just trying to pull this all up on the other screen. Bear with me here. It's just I'm still getting used to this whole streaming stuff. So all right, we're going to pull up Gabby's location here. Okay, that just got to. Thanks to everyone following on Twitter as well. I will say I'm not as active on Twitter as I probably should be. but maybe I'll post there more. I think the most recent post I had was me acting like Ben Affleck. So if anyone wants to go see that photo, I think I was reenacting Ben Affleck with his Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So that was kind of fun. Sorry, once again, just trying to get this exact location here. If you guys, there's a fire truck going by, so that's cool. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna open up some tabs that I accidentally closed out of. All right. Weird. The coordinates for Gabby are not there. I'll find them. I'll find them. iCkEdMeL and Popcorn Planet? Wait. Popcorn Planet featured my video, Wiggly? Can you confirm that? I didn't see that. I am aware of who Popcorn Planet is. So if you could confirm with me, let me know. I'd like to go back and look at that video that they shared if they did. Yeah, let me know, Wiggly. Wait, Grizzly's channel. Jane said that they saw me on Grizzly's channel and subscribed to you. Huh? I don't know who Grizzly is. I'll have to look up Grizzly online. On the websites. I'll have to look up Grizzly on YouTube. Thanks for letting me know. Someone had mentioned Grizzly, and I was like, who's Grizzly? Like, people kept mentioning Grizzly like over and over again, and I was like, I don't know who people are talking about. But that makes sense now. It's a YouTube channel. Cool. All right, guys, I'm pulling it up. I have it. I have the information now. Okay. Sorry this took so long, but we got to get the facts right. We got to get everything correct. So that's what we're doing. So let me go ahead and put this over here. Okay. So we're gonna put this over here for the time being. So we're going to go to satellite view. This is the Mary Piglet's Mexican Grill in Jackson, right? Is that where this is at? Where is this? Technically. Hold on. Jackson, Wyoming. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Had to confirm. So this is the Mary Piglets. And if we zoom in, or if we zoom out rather, you can see the Grand Teton, the actual Grand Tetons are right up here. So if we go down and we look at the Mary Piglets, let's just go ahead and do a quick street view before we add in the coordinates in which Gabby was found. Grizzly and Tyler Feller was on last night. Oh, okay. I know who Tyler Feller is. I actually hopped on Tyler Feller's stream a couple of times. He's a really nice guy, and that's cool. Thanks for letting me know. So here's the Mary Piglets. You can see the sign right there. Mexican Cajun? Cancun. What does that say? Yeah. Mexican cuisine, whatever it is. Mexican cafe. That's what it says. Okay. 1,200 people in the stream. Oh my goodness, you guys. Thank you so much. If everyone who is enjoying the stream, I don't want to make you do something you don't want to do. But if you want to smash the like button, I think it's right below me, like right over there somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but smash it if you are enjoying yourself. And happy Saturday to everyone. I didn't say that at the beginning. Hopefully you're having a good one. So, all right, let's quickly do this. This was a great suggestion by JTube, I believe is who it was. And so we're going to go ahead and hit directions. And if we use Mary Piglets at the starting point and we add in the coordinates for where Gabby was found, which we know where the campsite is at, we can see that they are exactly 28 miles. Now let me make this screen smaller so you guys can see this as well, okay? Okay, so they are exactly 28 miles away from the Mary Piglets. Okay, so if anyone has a better idea of the timeline specifically from Mary Piglets, I'm gonna have to go back and like look into this a little bit more. There's a guy named Gavis who actually has a huge timeline that I'm gonna go back and kind of watch his stuff. He apparently has a super solid timeline. It's just been such a long case that I'm forgetting kind of what happened and when it happened, because we're talking about when Gabby was still alive at this point. She hadn't even gone missing. So in terms of the overall timeline, this is so early on. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom in back to the Mary Piglets. So obviously the Mary Piglets is in the very small town of Jackson Hole, but they are kind of in the northern end of the town. So they would have had to have gone out this main road. It appears that there's no other way of leaving the town. And like I said, 28 miles later, exactly, takes you to the Spread Creek Park. So it looks like Highway 191 would have been their only route. Looks like they pass a little airport. Jackson Hole Airport is on the same route as well. Excuse me. I made the mistake of not having water next to me yesterday during the stream, and I realized that wasn't a good idea. Oh, someone, hold on. So JTube, I've got a laptop just sitting next to me here with the comments because I sometimes miss them. So JTube, Mary Piglets, 1 to 2 p.m., August 27th. Oh, so Mary Piglets is much further down the timeline than obviously, because they're not in Moab anymore, they're much closer to Spread Creek and the Tetons. It's like from the 12th to the 27th. Okay, so it's well over a week from the time that they were pulled over then. Okay, thank you for adding that information. Once again, anyone that's adding information in the chat, I really appreciate it. Take everything with a grain of salt. People could enter information into the chat incorrectly. None of what I'm saying is facts, right? We're all speculating on this entire case. We're all it's a running dialogue, but I appreciate you adding that into the chat. And if it is indeed true and factual, then now we know. But just know that all of these YouTube live streams, they're great. They're fun. It's great to go through and try to dive deep into these cases. But sometimes people mess up what they're saying. And so just don't take everything as fact. But I believe that that's probably correct because so many more people know more about this case than I do. So thanks for sharing. So let's keep going up. It looks like they would have passed what I would probably assume is some sort of maybe Mormon church, Chapel of Transfiguration. Not quite sure what that is. They passed a little pizza and pasta spot. It's really Mormon Row. Okay, so yeah, this is a very there's a lot of Mormons in this area, likely anyways. And then it looks like Snake River Overlook. They got really close to that. And then they're getting kind of close to the park at this point. Triangle X Ranch. Here, let me make this bigger over here so I can see some comments. Steph, thank you. That's super nice of you. I'd also like to see Brian's hitchhiking route. Ooh, that would be cool to go check out as well. Brian's hitchhiking route. I'll have to look into that and see if we can pair the two up. So I'll keep them up. Oh, it's Catholic. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. All right, so it looks like this is when they would have gotten off of the main highway. So Highway 191 is what they would have been on. And it looks like it turns into Highway 89. So it turns into Highway 89 right around Triangle X Ranch. And then they turn right onto Forest Road 3290. Sorry, I'm like really thirsty all of a sudden. So this is where they're actually entering the Spread Creek Park. So I would assume if there is a street view down here, which there is, there's probably some sort of signage for Spread Creek somewhere leading into the park. So this is where they would have turned right, and then it, you know, goes down a dirt road. This is weird. I wonder if that's always closed, or if this is just the fastest route. Hold on. Do you think that's the only entrance into the park? You know what? Google Maps will try to tell you the quickest route to anywhere. And maybe this is just showing this route. But at the same time, you know what? The Red, White, and Bethune video, we just went through that footage, and I started the footage right here. So definitely they had access to this road, the Red, White, and Bethune people. I would assume they came in on this road as well. So maybe that's just open all the time, or the majority of the time, but during this street image, it happened to be closed. How long before you can get super chat, says Linda. Linda, I am like, after this stream, I should 100% have the watch time hours. I hope Mel gives him some safety tips to protect himself and keep his videos from getting posted. Sorry, there's so many things going on. To answer your question, Linda, I should be able to do super chats the next time I stream, depending on how long it takes for YouTube to approve all of that. Because we're going to be streaming today for over an hour and there's quite a few people in here, I should definitely have the minimum watch time hours required to unlock stream super chats and like the monetization for streams and YouTube and stuff. But someone also mentioned to Serena, what is Serena saying? I'm sorry. I don't know who Raven was talking. Okay, so Raven was talking to Serena and saying, I hope Mel gives him some safety tips to protect himself and keep his videos from getting pulled down by YouTube. What do you mean by that? Like pulled from other people and used on their videos, or actually pulled from YouTube? Because Mel and I have been in contact a little bit. I was chatting with him back and forth last night a little. And like I said, he lives in the same kind of city as me, or in the same area. And so we do plan to meet up at some point for sure. We'll like maybe meet up at a coffee shop or something would be the idea, and just kind of talk about all this YouTube stuff, because since I'm just kind of jumping in head first, I definitely have a lot of questions for him, and he wants to kind of link up, I think, and just kind of pick each other's brains on some things. Because I think, whether or not we collaborate in the future, I definitely owe him a coffee at the very least, because him sharing my videos was super, super kind. He reached out and just said we should meet up. So yeah, I'm going to ask him any advice that I could potentially get in terms of logistical stuff when it comes to YouTube. So thanks for mentioning that. Hi from Johannesburg, South Africa. Oh my goodness. I would love to go to, okay. So you know what? I have to ask you, Michelle, do you know who Jeremy Loops is? He's from Cape Town, but he's an artist that I actually went to one of his concerts here in the States, and he's a big South African artist. Cape Town and Johannesburg, to be honest, are both really big cities that I want to go to in South Africa. Aaron, did you post the video from yesterday? Pamela, I did. I live streamed yesterday, and I posted the video that Mel shared on his live stream in the morning. So please read about your safety, Serena says. Okay. Serena, if you have anything in regards to that you're referring to in terms of safety on YouTube, send it my way. My email is in the description of this video. I will read all the emails. So thank you for that. You should map the Newlyweds campsite with Gabby's campsite. Lauren says I should map the Newlyweds campsite. This is something to look into. This is interesting. Let's look into where the Newlyweds were at during that time. So let me place this over here. And I'm actually just going to check, because I feel like I got some PayPal notifications, and I want to be able to say thanks to whoever donates in any way. I don't want to miss any of that. And I think that's why, super chats are so cool, because you kind of can't miss them. And so if I happen to miss a super or a donation of any sort, my apologies. I will absolutely reach out to you if I miss it, because I do see them in the descriptions. Thanks to Lisa, Village Press, Angie, and Adrian for the PayPals. Super nice. Like it says in the bottom of the video, donations are never expected, but they are always appreciated. So I appreciate that. All right, and it looks like Martin, I'll just say Martine or Martin. Thanks for that on PayPal or on Venmo. Isabel, no, not Isabel. Yes, Isabel, Tammy, Eliza, Sarah. Thank you all so much. Elaine, Tatiana. Oh, Tatiana's was from yesterday. Allison was from yesterday. Patty. Thank you all so much, so very much. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's maybe look into. Gotta go. Enjoy the stream and have a great day, all. Mike, thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Maybe hit the like on the way out. I think you already have, but maybe we can get this stream to 1,000 likes. That'd be really cool. So, Mark, thanks for stopping by. Or Mike. Did I get the name wrong? But yeah, thanks. So let's see. Let me get a couple more suggestions here. Please show the campsite up close. Please close and up to show distance between that and where van was found. Please show the campsite up close and show distance between that and where the van was found. Let me quickly show you real quick the location. So that's a good question. And if you came in late, I'm going to show you guys. This is exactly where, and if I turn this over, this is exactly where they believe to have found, like it's believed that the body was found, Gabby's body. And their campsite would have been right here. The only way to really see the campsite up close, I know a lot of people, there have been YouTubers that have gone out to the actual Spread Creek site and walked around and shown the area. We can definitely react to that at some point. But there's no street view images on the Google Maps, so I can't really just pop in and see. But if you go to the Red, White, and Bethune video, I mean, they go straight by the campsite. I mean, this is it right here. So we've got the van going by, we got the van right there, and then the road turns off to the right. So that's the same area right here, and then the road, as you can see, turns off to the right. So it's believed that the van is right here. But thanks for asking. Can we get it to 1,000 likes? Eagle, thank you for asking. I think we can. Eagles pray. Steph, everyone in the chat that's asking people to like, everyone that's in the chat that's just being super helpful with everything, I really appreciate it. And like I said, there's going to be an opportunity here soon where I can reach out to some people in terms of moderating the chat, because I know that that's a thing that's important, but I was told not to do that too soon. So I'm definitely seeing you in the chat. I'm seeing people in the chat that are being super helpful. iCkEdMeL, what does it say about safety words to use to protect your videos from being pulled or demonetized? Okay, that's interesting to note. I'll definitely pick Mel's brain about any of that, or about all of that. Like I said, I'm not even monetized at this point. I just met the requirement threshold on subscriber count, because I was just under 1,000 subscribers before Mel gave me a shout out. But that's good to know, and I'll definitely look into that. Alma, thank you so much for the dono on Venmo. That is super kind of you, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to Alma. I'm going to move some stuff around on my screen right here, so I'm going to go full screen for a moment. How many feet from van to where? Oh, so that's a good point. I kind of went away from this too quickly. Someone asked how many feet from the van. So if we just want to do a distance measure, and if we just want to kind of do not a direct straight line, but just say they kind of walked through here and then got to where the body was found, it is showing that it is 412 feet. And if you use meters, that's 125 meters. If we just do a straight line, that's going to be straight line from the campsite to where the body was found was 349 feet. So anywhere between 300 and 450 feet, depending on how long they walked or how long it took them to walk. Tatiana, thanks for following on Instagram. Oh my gosh, thank you all. You guys are all so nice. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I know that there were some people that have joined since then. I want to do this kind of stuff for more cases as well. And I know Mel, he hits on a lot of other cases as well. And I know this Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie case is so huge and global and captivating. So many other people deserve this kind of attention. So many other people deserve this kind of, spotlight, I guess you could say. And if I'm just going to kind of mess around in Google Maps and try to find interesting clues and things like that, like I could do that for anybody, and it's interesting to me. And I know that if I do a stream like that, there may not be 1,200 people at that stream, but if people are still interested in that, then please stop by. I plan to do it for other cases, for other stories, because obviously this case will eventually fizzle out in terms of we're going to know more than what we know now. So there's still so many unanswered questions. And so I think this case is going to still have a lot of traction. But a month down the road, 2 months down the road, when this case kind of, goes, not goes unnoticed, but when there's more answers to this case, other people's, stories are going to need to be told as well. And there's so many people out there that deserve this kind of attention. So I appreciate you guys following me now. But definitely subscribe, hit the bell, and I will be here to make more videos as more cases happen. So anyways, Raindrop says, interested. Thank you. How many miles was Debbie's body from where Kristen and Colin's body was? Ooh, I'm not even sure what you're referring to. Wasn't the body found near a couple of trees? So yeah, maybe. And here's a couple of trees on the map right here. If you see this latitude and longitude could have just been an estimate, right? It could have been right here, right? And that would only be off by, let's just say, if this was where they're saying there, 75 feet. So, it could be right over by these trees. So who knows? You could be onto something there. I think the latitude and longitude that I just got was probably just an estimate. All of this stuff is it's just speculation, right? Potentially rumors. Anna says subscribed. Thank you. Also, yeah, baby trees. We may not be seeing baby trees. If you can see, that's a good comment. Wonder Woman. These little dots right here, we're just looking at a satellite image. These could be tiny little bush type trees. So you never know. I love the mapping. Thank you, Beach Gal. Thank you. The van was on the right. Okay, so let's do something where we go in. If anyone has any information on the wedding that happened near where I believe the wedding that happened was near where the couple, Kylan and Kristen were killed as well. I'm going to look into that right now. We might be able to see how far is that, because I think someone asked that as well. We might be able to do that. So if someone could comment that'd be awesome. Summer Wells is a case that needs looking into. Channel called the Behavior Panel. They covered it in depth. Oh, this is great. I'm going to copy your message and I'm going to paste that into a separate doc, because you're not the only one who's told me about the Summer Wells case. So I appreciate that. I'm going to paste that into a folder that I have here. I'll go check out their video, and then maybe we'll dedicate an entire video or a stream to looking into that, because that would be something for sure worth looking into. What mapping software are you using? Actually, right here, this is just Google Maps. So I just typed in Google Maps. It's relatively basic. I also have Google Earth here. So this is, you can get some more kind of, they do better with navigating the map. Like you can almost go horizontal and look down the horizon. So this would be like the entrance to the Carlton Reserve. Oh, no way. I've been watching on my Amazon Fire TV. Lynn, thank you. If anyone's watching on like a TV or something, tweet me a photo. That would be awesome. I'd love to see that. But anyways, you asked about the software I'm using. I've been trying to get used to Google Maps more. So this is, for instance, the Carlton Reserve, or the Mayachi Reserve Park. I don't know what exactly it's called, but this is where they found Brian. So the Google stuff is interesting because you can really get down and kind of look at the trees. Yeah, it's amazing. The map time on Grizzly Bear True Crime. Go take a look. She has it all mapped out. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'll definitely check that out. I was kind of playing with measurements from back here to see how far it could have been from the road. So like if we do another measurement, right by this tree, these trees is kind of where they set up the, emailed the wedding info. Thank you. I will get to that next. This right here is where they kind of found the items. So if we just click through, we can get an estimate of how long of a walk it was to the back to the car. So let's just say, and I know I did this towards the beginning of the stream, let's just say they kind of walked along the canal through the trees and then walked the bridge. Where would the bridge have been? The bridge would have been right over here, into the park, down this sidewalk. Okay, and then out here, right there. Press enter. So, does it show the distance on Google Earth? See, this is why I wasn't using Google Earth, because I don't know how to really do everything on it. But if we go up ahead, you can see that's the route from the entrance to the reserve to where Brian Laundrie was found, roughly, right? So we're close. I'm going to go check out. Dang, I didn't get a notification. Adrian, that's okay. I'm still figuring out this YouTube stuff. Maybe I did something wrong on my end. Missy, Roku TV and iPhone so I can chat. Nice. It's amazing. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to check my email in regards to the wedding, because that might be interesting. Who was it that sent that? Here we go, wedding, right? Oh, real quick. Sharon, thank you for the 5 on PayPal. Thank you so much. That's such a nice thing. I really appreciate that. Do you need a timeline? I have it on my YouTube from watching WFLA. These are my YouTube channel. Happy to share them with you. Oh, this is great. I'll have to take a look at this in a little bit. So, Narrow Zion. Okay, this is interesting. I've actually been to Monument Rocks, where they went on July 4th. They were there 4th of July, huh? Interesting. I've actually been there in Kansas. So I'm going to save this. This is really cool. I'll definitely refer to this timeline. That's super detailed. Thank you for sending that to me. Let's see, who was that? Sharing. Oh, just, yeah, whoever it was. Thank you. I don't want to say your email out loud. 960 likes and counting. Oh my goodness, guys. Let's blast over the 1,000 mark. And in fact, you know what we can do? I'm going to change the red light to a blue light. Alexa, turn the light blue.
Okay.
Nice. I'm wearing blue today, so might as well change it to blue, even though you can kind of only see it in the reflection of the TV. Anyways, wow. So we are very close to breaking that 1,000 mark on the live stream. That is really cool. So someone sent something about the wedding. Let me hop back in here. Oh, here it is. I sent you the wedding invite for. Oh, okay. It's near the bottom of the homepage of the invite. Jennifer, thank you for following me on Twitter. I see that. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm opening up the wedding invite to the wedding that happened. Apparently the address is at the bottom of Okay. I'm gonna look this up. We're gonna try to see 1,000. We are there. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you for a 1,000 likes on the stream. That's incredible. Whispering Oaks Ranch. Let me look at that other email because they said that it's here we go. Is there a specific Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sharon, and all these people following. My sister's name is Michelle. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Fun fact. Here, let me look at this other email because I think you clarified what page it is near the bottom of the home page of the invite. Sorry, let me go back. We're going to get this wedding location and try to see exactly where that's at. So the homepage, let's go to the homepage. Boom. DISM 2016 or 2006. Thank you. Yeah, that's only saying Whispering Oaks Ranch. We'll look into it. I'm trying to get an exact location. Oh, this might be it. Here we are. Cool. To the 1,200 people here still, thank you. I'm only going to be streaming maybe another half hour. So if you're here right now, then stick around. Wait, let's make it 5K subs while we are at it. There's no way I'm even close to 5K subs. But yeah, to those who are here, stick around to the end. We're going to be here a little bit longer, guys. I'm checking to see if I'm at 5K subs. Maybe 25. I think I was at 2,500 this morning. Guys, we're past 3,000. This is incredible. Thank you. This is wild. Let's go to the lives. Look at this. We're at 3,200 subscribers. That's insane. The live thing, it's like behind. It's showing 3.11 for some people. Oh, look at it go. Is that you? You subscribing? Who's subscribing right now? Talk with Mel with the timestamps. I'm sure he will help you so much. Yeah. Just subbed now. 3.24. You're going to need mods if you continue doing lives. Not many trolls right now, but they'll show up. Yes. Thank you, Jessica, for mentioning that. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on some of the people that are at, I think the first 2 or 3 streams that I do, I'm going to be no mods. And I know that that's kind of risky and there's definitely going to be some trolls. And I apologize for anyone that has to see something that maybe they don't want to see in the chat. Trolls are there. It's the internet. But I need to know that I'm modding the right people. So I'm going to get an idea of who potentially could be good for that role. I don't want to give that role too quickly to the wrong person. But I'm looking at people in the chat that are being super helpful, and trust me, I've got your names in my head and I'm seeing that. And so it's super helpful, and I will need mods at some point. You're correct. So that's definitely something I'll look into. Just subscribed now. Thank you. I just subscribed. Unsubbing, says April. Are you unsubbing to watch it go down? Because it may be delayed. Pamela. Thank you, Pamela. Pamela. I think you emailed me. Good to see you in here. Have you seen... There's so many things, guys. This is why I think the super chat thing is super helpful, because it helps you filter through some of the comments, because there's just so many. And maybe I'll just get used to this as it goes on. But if I'm missing a comment that's super important for you to have me read, please just send it to me on email. As of right now, that's probably the best way. Or DMing me on Twitter. If you're following me on Twitter, I think my DMs are open. I don't want to miss any comments, but I know I am, and I apologize. Christina, yes, can I talk about the case? I can. So really quickly, for those who weren't here earlier, I want to go over this really quickly. The specific location. So we're going to go through this one more time, because then we're going to link up the footage to the wedding site potentially. Okay, that's an idea. So we're going to do this one more time, and I know that some of you were here already for this, and I apologize, but we're going to do this for the people that weren't here. We're going to quickly do this. Okay. All right, here we are. So many texts coming through too. Oh, thank you. Someone just sent something about the location for the wedding. So we'll hop into that next. Here we are for this. We're going to do this very quickly. This is related to the case, and then we will move on to linking up this location to where the wedding happened, because I know some people are speculating that there was some fishy business going on at the wedding. We'll see. So real quick, this is the red, white, and Bethune video. And also, thanks again. Oh, bye, Steve. Thanks to everyone who's bearing with me here that has already seen this, but there are some people who haven't yet. So we're just going to go down the map and show you guys right here where these cars are going to be right at this little clearing right here. Cool. So we're going to try to shift the map to be in line with the direct face of the car. So they're going down the straight road, and then they are starting to enter the trees, which you can see on the map as well. And then there's a pretty large right turn happening right here. So the car's turning right. And even if you pause it right here or right here, I know that this is where a lot of people were speculating on ultrasound photos. This is a campsite very clearly, and you can see even the red car right here. So if I go straight here, this is kind of the road is going to slightly curve to the left. So that's what it's doing right now. And then this is the biggest indicator that we're exactly where we need to be on the maps, guys. So right up here, the video on the right is going to show the road coming in and then coming back out. So here we go. There's the road. You can see it goes right in. And then it's a big horseshoe-shaped road. It's a campsite, clearly. And then it connects again right there. So you might have to make me go full screen if you're having trouble seeing this. But yeah, that's where the road comes in. So then we're going to keep going down. And the road is going to kind of go off to the left right here. So as you see up here, it's kind of veering off to the left. The Google image shows right here that there's a path, but it's going off to the left right here. So we're getting very close to where Brian and Gabby's van was. So you're going to see the video line up perfectly with the dotted line right here. So this is where the van's going to be. So right now the van is right here where my mouse is at. So just follow my mouse, and this is where the van's at. This is where the van's at. So actually it's probably a little further forward because then it's coming up and around to the right. And then right there. And you can just see how much it lines up. Full screen would be helpful. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. Especially for the video, I understand. It's let me just do this. I don't know how to make this any bigger. You know what I mean? Because it's such a small video already. because I already put it to theater mode. So I don't know if I can really, I apologize on that. I don't know if I can really make it full screen. I can definitely go full screen on the video by itself to show. But as we go forward, you'll see this is exactly where they were camped. And you can kind of see the exact bend in the road. And then it starts to veer off to the right. This is where it starts to veer off to the right. And then we'll just show real quick to confirm this once more, that there's a fairly large right turn that the van's going to be taking in a moment. Once again, the mouse is going to be the van. I'm going to just be kind of wiggling it. The mouse is the van. It should line up with the video. It's coming up to the turn. It's starting to turn. Let's straighten it off. This is going to be where the big fork in the road happens. Off to the right is where all those trucks are parked, down over here. And then right here is the dead giveaway that we're on the right trail. There's the left, and then there's the right. So that's accurate. I know that the chat was in the way. Yes, that helps. The chat was in the way. Oh, was something in the way? I apologize if something was in the way. Hopefully this is accurate, or this makes sense to people. So the red, white, and Bethune clip lines up very much perfectly with these coordinates. Okay. So Gray, be nice. Oh, is someone not being nice? That's not cool. Is the van to her football, was it like 3 football fields wide? Is from van to her body. Pamela, let me show you how far the van was from the body. So if we do a clear measurement here, we can add a new measurement from roughly where the van was out to the body. And if you see down at the bottom, it's really small, but it says 391.61 feet. And you were asking about a football field. 309. How wide is a football field in feet? A football field is 160 feet wide. So it is definitely longer than the width of a football field. In fact, it's probably the length. How many 100 yards in feet? I mean, that's over 300 feet. 320 feet, I think. 100 yards is how many feet? Just 300. Okay, yeah, duh. So it is over the distance of a football field. So if you can kind of visualize how far the campsite is from where the body was allegedly found, and this could be give or take a few feet. I know some people were saying that the body was definitely found near trees. There could have been some small trees right next to this, but the body could have been a little bit further. We're not entirely sure. Just subscribed. Cool new look into the case. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate that. But yeah, if you can kind of visualize this, you guys, it's really, when you zoom out, it is so close. It is so close to the, oh, that's a good point. So 391 feet in yards. Yeah, that's a good translation. So it's 130 yards. So a little over a football field, distance-wise. So very easy to visualize, not far off the trail at all. Like, in fact, just super, super close. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with this case. I don't know how it all went down, but it's odd how close. It's odd how close everything was. And yeah, I mean, I just like you guys want answers. So this is what we're doing. Let's see. Also, you know what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to go through, and I know I've been streaming for, let's see, close to 2 hours at this point. I'm definitely going to go through this and see kind of what people have been saying, because I have noticed a few people saying something about, be nice in the comments. Look, that needs to happen. And obviously there are going to be internet trolls, but if you're in here and you're saying some nasty stuff about people, especially in terms of this case, like, this needs to be kind of talked about respectfully. So if you want to go somewhere else, definitely go somewhere else. Like I said, I don't have mods right now. It's going to happen very soon, but I'm definitely going to go through, and it's going to take a while to go through this chat and watch again, but I'm definitely going to look into kind of some of the things that were said. So I apologize to some of the people that are seeing, but thank you to the people who are kind of self-moderating and trying to cool some people down. One more sip of water and then I'm out. JW, we all need kindness now. That's true. Too bad the authorities haven't seemed to do this good of a job. Jenna, yeah, you know, it's one of the things about it is that the authorities definitely aren't live streaming their efforts. So sometimes it can definitely seem like they're not doing their job. I would hope that they are, just for the sake of anyone out there that finds himself in a situation where they need authorities to do their job. But I appreciate you saying that. It's almost exactly 2,000 miles as the crow flies from where Gabby's body and Brian's body was found. That's interesting. You know what? As the crow flies, let's do that. That's an interesting point. Let's clear this search and we're going to zoom in. And this is reportedly roughly where Gabby's body was found. And so we're going to zoom out and go to where Brian's body was found. Okay. So we're going to turn the map, get the orientation right. We're going to go down to Florida, specifically just north of Northport. And as we know, the entrance to the reserve right here. Brian's body supposedly in this area. The tent and the roped off section was right here. Some people were saying he was in the trees near it. So let's just say here. So yeah, you were correct on that. I know the comments already blown past, but that's a good point. As the crow flies, this is the direct line between their bodies. A straight line, almost exactly 2,000 miles. So pretty crazy. They went, yeah, I mean, and if we were to want to drive between those two locations, it would take a substantial amount of time. But he didn't, I mean, yeah, we know how far it was from Northport. Of course, we could do directions and pinpoint the locations. So like, let's just do that because I know some people might want to do that. To the 1,400 people here, thank you so much. I can't believe it. 1,400 are still sticking around. Yours has showed up on my normal YouTube. Oh, happy face. Thank you. That's interesting to note. Thanks for letting me know. For those of you here, thank you. I appreciate it. If you could hit the like button, we could get, I guess we're already past 1,000 likes. I forgot. My goodness. Thank you. But if we want to get a few more likes, we could get up to 1,400 right now, potentially, because there's that many here. Wild. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this measurement. And if we pick this point on the map, so let's say we wanted to drive from the exact camping location. So let's say we drove from here, the exact mileage all the way to the entrance to the reserve where the Mustang ended up. Obviously, the Mustang wasn't driven back, but let's just get the full mileage if you drove straight from their campsite to the entrance of the reserve. So it's 2,000 miles as the crow flies, and it's 2,375 miles as the car drives. That's a good one, right? 2,000 miles as the crow flies, 2,375 as the car drives, okay? So I'm going to just show this from a full detailed or a full scaled back view. Obviously, there's different routes that you could take through Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, all those. But the majority of the trip, this would be the fastest route back. And it's wild to think that is how far the distance is between them. Crazy. Let's see. Got a lot of emails I'm going to have to go over after this. I appreciate you guys sending me emails in regards to other cases, in regards to this case. People sending me photos of them watching the stream. That's really cool. I appreciate that. That's super, super cool. I'm going to respond to all of those at some point later this evening or tomorrow. So if you've sent anything, know that I definitely will respond. at some point. So Alma, thanks again for the dono. I'm just going through quickly the PayPal and all that stuff. Like I said, I don't have super chats yet, so I'm not able to see certain comments, but I am getting some stuff here and there on PayPal and Venmo, so I really appreciate that. Bonnie, thank you so much. Sharon, thank you so much. Great stream, says Bonnie. Timeline in email. Thank you. Oh, Sharon, yes, that's right. You sent the timeline. Wedding near. Okay, very cool. I'm going to pull up my email here. Then I'm going to maybe wrap the stream up here in a little bit. Guys, we just are so close to 3,500 subscribers right now. It's crazy to me. So thank you to all the people who have subscribed during this stream. I know a lot of you have come over from Mel's stream, which is super, super cool. And like I said, I owe Mel big time for shouting out my video, for playing it, and for having me hop on his stream from yesterday. Not his stream that he did super late last night, but his stream from in the morning. So I definitely owe Mel, but there seems to be a lot of new people that are finding this channel just on their YouTube homepage. So thank you to those who have just found the channel randomly. But yeah, click travel tab for cool. Okay, so map wedding location. Okay, and I may not dive into this super detailed tonight, but we'll see. Okay, that's a bit more detailed. Yeah. Okay, I may make a separate video about this. Let's see. Here we are. Here we are. Let's just dive into this. Let's do a live find. This is how it works, you guys. I'm gonna go back to this kind of split screen mode. Someone emailed me asking about my PayPal. My email's in the description. The PayPal and all that is as well, but it is on the screen right now. No need to send any sort of donations, but if you feel inclined, it's all in the description. But yeah, very good idea for the mods. So let's go to this real quick. I'm going to make myself substantially smaller. All right. And we're going to live track down where the wedding happened. And I know that some people probably out there have all of this information, but this is kind of how I do this stuff. So let's just look into it. So this is the info that I have, venue map. So there's like very interesting like notes on this map talking about cell towers, variable cell service in that area. If we were just to try to find the pavilion where this wedding happened, then let's just do that through Google Maps. So let's just go through and do what we know. So we know it's the Whispering Oaks Drive. That's the road right there. So we clearly are not in Northport, Florida. There's a Whispering Oaks Drive in Northport, Florida. Very odd. I don't know why this took us here. This would be Utah, right? Is that where they were? No, not Utah. Moab. Not Moab. Huh. Bear with me here. The map guy is confused as heck right now. Where did this wedding happen? What? Salt Lake, near Salt Lake City, right? Driving to Whispering Oaks. So let's do the road that takes you in. Sand, Flats, Road, Scenic Route. Okay. From the main street. So we're getting closer now. So it is really close to Moab. So this is going to be a substantial distance from the camp that Brian and Gabby were at in the Tetons. So now let's just actually exit out of this and do oh, it's showing Moab on the map here. Spanish Valley Drive. This is Highway 91. Okay, so 191 is right here. This is it. This is gonna be pretty easy. Sand Flats Road. It looks like this, or at least it follows that. Whispering Oaks is gonna be down here. So let's just type in. I mean, I know we can just type it in. It'd probably come right up. Whispering Oaks Ranch, Moab, Utah. It's going to be down here. Yeah. Okay, cool. So there it is. Okay, so let's compare it to the map that they gave their guests. This would be Moab. This is the road coming down here. That is the same road over here. Right here. Let's go ahead and look at the street view if it has it. It does not. Let's go ahead and measure the distance. So someone was asking how far that was from, I believe they were asking how far it was from Gabby's, or from the location where Gabby was found. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up real quick. Let me go ahead and find this here. Bear with me now. I've got like 20, what feels like 20,000 tabs open. Please cover the Moab murders case. I think there's definitely something there. I've been hearing a lot about summer wells as well. That's a potential. I think there's so many cases that also need covered in great detail. So that's the plan. I'm gonna try to do that. Thanks for commenting. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we know that this is the location where Gabby was found, okay? Or at least the area, the general direction or area. You're good at multitasking. I would be in a right spin. Thank you, Angie. If we go ahead and start at the wedding location, which would be Whispering Oaks Ranch, Moab, Utah, we can see that, yeah, we did the measurement between between Moab and the campsite earlier, and it was well over an 8-hour drive. So Whispering Oaks is outside of Moab by a few miles. Moab is right in this little area here. Whispering Oaks is certainly up in the mountains a little ways, or at least a few miles. And what did they say about the venue? Sorry, I don't want to miss that. The wedding venue is about the Moab couple's homicide. There was a wedding plan on the... Yeah. Are you talking about Kaylin and Kylie, I think their names are? Their bodies were found literally like right here. I think right here. Are you talking about the female couple? Cause yeah, that case, a lot of people think that case is there's some fishiness to the Brian, and Gabby case. But I believe that, yeah, their bodies were literally found, near this road. And so, yeah, if you look at how close that is to the wedding, the Whispering Oaks Ranch, it's crazy. You're getting off topic. Mac tracking in Moab and the Green Tetons. Thank you, PC Board Repair. I'm trying not to get off topic. I mean, I've kind of moved on from some of the stuff I was doing earlier, and some people suggested to see how far it was from the Whispering Oaks to where Gabby was found. And so that's kind of what we're doing now. I might do a quick recount, or I might do a quick recap of some of the stuff I did earlier, but thank you for letting me know I'm getting off topic. I appreciate it. I'll try to stay focused. I'm not going to be streaming much longer today, so we'll solidify everything here and do a recap. He has a racist mods at he has a racist mods at iCkEdMeL, and he supports hate speech. It's that simple. Racism is disgusting. Yes, racism is disgusting. Guys, if there's anything in the chat that you are seeing that I'm missing, once again, I will have mods in there very soon. So yeah, there's the distance. It's 554 miles between the Whispering Oaks wedding site and where Brian and Gabby were camping. So, let's see. Okami, just get lost. Let me see here. What's going on? What's going on in the chat, guys? I'm gonna take a look at some stuff here. Yeah, let's just if he hated white people, why would you support them? Like Aaron here and the PI. Wait, I don't know what everyone's talking about. You are an extremely polite individual, and which is why it is nice to hear as well as to experience. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you very much. It's odd how the cops came out right away saying Brian Laundrie wasn't involved, like right away, but how could they know? That I'm interested in. It is interesting. This Okami person is mad at iCkEdMeL. We get it already. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure what to say about that. Yeah, it's Crystal and Kylan. Thanks, Vonda. A lady on TikTok said that there are 9 people that have passed away since the BL incident. Deborah, are you referring to at the Carlton Reserve? Because I think I heard that as well. Emma, thank you. You're doing fantastic. Thank you. What happened to the married couple, says Cindy. Are you talking about the people that just got married, or the people that were murdered near where the marriage or where the wedding happened? Because to my knowledge, the Kylie and or the Kaylin and Crystal case is Kylan and Crystal it's unsolved. I'm enjoying listening to all information about everything. Doing great. Thank you, Shelly. And I'm going to do a quick recap because I know there's still some people here. And at the very beginning of the stream, we still had some people coming in. So I'm going to readjust some of my my tabs here while people are kind of commenting and whatnot. We're going to wrap up the stream here soon. But to come full circle on everything with the in terms of Moab and the Tetons, I'm going to link up the body cam footage once more to show you guys the footage of the police stop, and then pair that with the Google image. So police body cam footage, Petito. So we'll go ahead and do this. Okay, we'll let that play, get the ad going on there. And then I just did it a little bit ago with the Teton footage, so I'm not going to redo that section to show you guys. But inspired by, we'll keep that ad, get that ad out of there. And I'm going to go full screen on this so you guys can see. I'm going to go through a couple more comments because I saw a couple blast past that I feel like were interesting. Pamela says, we'll never know the truth. Man. I really hope not. I hope that's not the case. Tell me how 9 people could be passed away. Once again, are you referring to the Carlton Reserve? I mean, who knows? It is a dangerous place out there if you don't know what you're doing. It can be swampy and crazy. But nobody knows where Brian and Gabby camped at the 13th. Yeah, the 13th is a question mark, I think, still. I'm going to look into that because I think it was obviously... Well, the 12th is when they were pulled over. Didn't Gabby stayed at a hotel, right? Or Brian that night? Sorry if I'm totally mixed up. But thanks. I think he's just overwhelmed with all the messages. Yeah, that's correct, JTube. I am overwhelmed with all the messages right now. I'm just trying to... read everyone's, it's tough. Help is on the way. You can always rewatch. We can always rewatch. Thanks, Aaron. You're doing amazing and not off topic. More like segue. Yeah, it's kind of a segue, right? Which is what we're going to do now. Small. I'm going to make myself smaller here, and we're going to do a split screen to show you guys the footage from the police body cam and the location. Once again, This is the location coordinates from when Gabby and Brian were pulled over on the 12th of August, just outside Moab, Utah. They were just northwest of Moab, Utah, which if we zoom out, I can show you guys the city, the Moab, let's see, the main strip of Moab, the main city center area, the town of Moab is right here, and they were just off Highway 191 to the northwest. So if we hit play on the police body cam footage, and once again, I'm just recapping this for the few people that weren't here. I think there was like 800 or 900 people here at the, another ad. Come on, man. There's like 800 or 900 people here at the very beginning when I showed this, and there's a few more people here now. So I want to just show this one more time. Okay. So if we pause the video here, I'm going to quickly show you full screen. This is what we're seeing. We see, this is what I love to do. I love this, right? We have a yield sign. We have these rocks. We have a huge rock formation in the distance there. If we go ahead and drop a pin or drop the Google Street View on this section and we come forward, this right here would have been where the cop was walking from, back here. And then right here is where Gabby and Brian had parked the van. Okay. And then boom, we look over and we see the yield sign. We see the building off in the distance. This do not enter sign is kind of off screen, so you can't really see that right now. And then the dead giveaway is obviously the rock formations. I mean, you can see this huge leaning rock. It's the same exact rock right here. And so this satellite image from the street view was taken in 2013. So it says it down here. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen. So things look a little bit different now. The painted white line is no longer there. Obviously, the rocks are all going to be the same, but there's a few differences then from back in 2013. And then if we pause the video here and we look off in this direction, you can see the same exact mountain range that they are in. Like I said earlier, over here where my mouse is at, this mountain in the foreground is shadowed a bit more now, but that would be this mountain here. And then we can even see these rocks up here. These are the same rocks jetting out, these boulders. Like I said earlier, they're huge, not just little rocks. And then if we skip forward, we have Brian Laundrie with this as his background. So you can see very clearly this rock formation right here is the same as this guy right here. So anyways, and obviously the building, the shed back here, that looks pretty much the same from 2013. So yeah, that's kind of that. So to the person who wanted me to stay on topic, we're back at it. We just covered again the body cam footage from the traffic stop, the domestic violence call-in from the Moonflower. This is where they were stopped shortly after outside of Moab. We linked that up with the footage to confirm that this is where it is. Like I said earlier, the coordinates are right here on the screen. If you guys want to copy and paste those, I can put them in the chat if you want them. Let me go ahead and do that for you guys in case you want to see and do any sort of research yourself. Let me hop in. So this would be Moab traffic stop. And then, yeah, to kind of go through everything, we went through the location outside. Obviously, this is Whispering Oaks. We went into some of the wedding location that happened near Moab. But then to recap, we went up and compared the red, white, and Bethune footage as well. That was super cool. And we paired that with the map footage just to confirm exactly where the van was. And like I said, none of this is new information, really. This is all public, and a lot of people already know that that's exactly where everything happened. But I like to just dive deep, a little bit deeper, and kind of look at things from a new angle. I think that maps help solve so many mysteries. I think we have effectively satellite imagery of the world, right? There are certain places in the world, like North Korea, for instance, that you can't just go on Google Street View in North Korea, there's certain things that are blocked off. There's certain areas that you can see, but there are certain areas of maps that you're not allowed to be on. But for the most part, satellite imagery is such a helpful thing when it comes to cases like this, to just be able to get a grasp for timelines, locations, all of it. So I find it very interesting. I hope you guys too. I'm going to stick around and read a few more comments before I hop off, unless there's, okay, so maybe right now, if you want to leave a comment about anything else that we could potentially go over in today's stream, this would be the time. Someone is saying I'm close to 4,000 subscribers. Let's pull that up on the live stream real quick, and then I'll look at the comments coming through. Treasure maps, Juicebox says, yes, dude, treasure maps. Maps are great. You can find treasure, you can solve crimes, you can find places to eat, you can find treasure. Many things you can do with a map, and I like maps. I should make map merch that says map time or whatever. Isn't that from Dora the Explorer? I don't want to get sued though. I digress. Okay, let's pull this up, and then I will check out a bit of comments coming in. Wow, this is crazy. We're at 3,400 or 3,500 subscribers. My gosh. I'll read a few of these comments coming through as we kind of wrap up the stream. Thanks for the definition. I was lost on that one. Love the maps. I think, what did they say? The murder and suicide have nothing to do with it. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Aaron. I was suggested your channel yesterday. Congrats. We needed a channel like yours. Thank you, Ladybug. Were you suggested by another channel, or did you see my channel on your feed? I'm curious of that. My hubby thinks the dad killed him. So you mean Brian Laundrie, Brian Laundrie's father, Chris Laundrie? Interesting. And once again, these are all just theories that we have at this point. It's interesting to speculate because at this point we just know so little. So Ginger Owl, maps are an ace. I spend a fair bit of time doing the same as you. It's so fun. I mean, I find myself just bouncing around different maps all the time and zooming in on things. It's super interesting. I saw you live on my feed. Oh, cool. So it sounds like a lot of people obviously are coming from iCkEdMeL's stream, but a lot of people came from just seeing me on their feed, which is cool too. Amanda says, Aaron, what did your wife say when you told her? She was surprised, and honestly, she's in the other room right now. She's taking a nap. She had a crazy work week, so maybe we'll get her out here. She probably won't want to be on screen. She's on my Instagram and all that. It's not like, but she doesn't like to be on in videos much. But I might call her out here and let her know. Chris loved him so much. Brian killed himself. Should have taken his family with him. Wow, that's a big comment. And we're just reading these comments out right now. Once again, everyone has their own opinions of everything and how it went down. Someone close to me questions whether Gabby's dad hurt Brian, but I don't think so. I feel bad even saying that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like a lot of people were in the dark. I don't think that that Gabby's parents hunted Brian down, but who knows? Pamela, what is Oh my gosh, Alma, I'm going to go through. So I'm reading some of these comments. I'm going to hit a couple of these Venmos. Alma, thank you. Great work. Okay, thank you so much, Alma, for the Venmo. That is super, super nice of you. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the screen now. Thank you for the over 3,000 subscribers, you guys. I know that we're climbing each and every day since the Mel shout out. And who knows, maybe we'll have 5,000 by the time we stream next, and then we can just keep growing from there. That'd be pretty wild. I think B's parents had a gut feeling he wasn't coming home, and that's why they took the car home. I think a lot of people have that same feeling. Aaron, new channel, name suggestion, Mapping with Aaron. That's a good suggestion. I don't know if I'm going to change the name of the channel. I mean, we could. I could definitely add some more branding on this and maybe put a little thing up in the top next to the little globe up here, up next to my head. Maybe we write it up there or something. The Mustang have GPS. I don't think that Mustang, it looked like a little bit of an older style Mustang. I doubt that it had built-in GPS. I could be wrong though. I heard something about Roberta driving the Mustang on the 14th. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna play my video in the background while I read some other chats. I just want to have something up. I don't need to put my live subscriber count on. Thank you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Someone said they just subscribed. Oh, Aaron Mull maps it. That's Tobe. That's an interesting name, Tob. That's an interesting name. Aaron Mull maps it. I like that. Who owns the Mustang? I think the Mustang is under Roberta's name. I think, if I remember hearing that correctly. Mapping with Aaron is a catchy. Mapping with Aaron is catchy. Leave as is. Yeah, I like the suggestions though, you guys. So that's too many of me. So I'm just kind of playing my video in the background where I talk about revealing the location of Brian's remains. So that's just going to be playing while I read off some of these. Danette Hunter, I just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Can you show the distance from the van to where Gabby was found? Callie, yeah, I'll pull this up on the side. I did do that earlier in the stream. I think I still have it pulled up, so I can definitely show you real quick. But if you want to go back in the stream and watch it, I go into a little bit more detail than I'm going to go to right now, but I'll show you real quick since I have it pulled up still. So if you see right here, the van is going to be right at the end of the road right here, or at the end of this blue line. And the location in Spread Creek where Gabby is supposedly found was right in this area. And if we measure the distance from the van, it'd be roughly, let's drag this over, 378 feet. So if you can see down below, it's kind of hard to see. I got to manipulate the window a little bit. There, you can see total distance, 378 feet. And that's just a straight line, right? So if you walked straight from where the van was to where the body ended up, it'd be 378 feet, which is just over the size of a football field. A football field's 300 feet. So yeah, that's the thing. But like I said, if you want to go back in more detail, it's in the beginning part of this video. Oh my gosh, Lone Seagull says mulling over maps is perfect. Who suggested that? Adrian says mulling over maps. That's amazing, you guys. Just mulling over the maps. Who was the one who suggested that? I know I see Adrian and Siegel talking about that. Let's look. I like mulling over maps, says Vegas. Moxie. Who's the first person that said that? Cindy, thank you. Deborah, very nice smile. Thank you, Deborah. My parents were very nice to give me braces when I was a wee lad. And it was very nice of them. So thanks for the compliment there. I didn't want to have braces as a kid, but looking back on my photos of when I was just like really little, like my teeth were pretty messed up. So if you're scared of braces, don't be. I mean, I'm really glad I ended up doing it because looking back, I don't know. I definitely had very distinct looking teeth. I'll say that. Murder maps with Mull. That's an interesting one. I think mulling over maps is good. I'm gonna have to tell my wife about that one. Oh, Jenny says mulling over maps. I think she was the first one to say it. Manya says mulling map sites. I mean, these are all interesting ideas. Wow, that's crazy. Mercy says, Aaron, you're gonna be big. I feel it. Love your calmness. Thank you, Mercy. You know, whether or not I become a big YouTuber or streamer or whatever, I'm enjoying this right now, and I appreciate the people that are here right now. So once more, while there's still some people in here, if you have enjoyed this stream or you enjoyed the videos that Mel has shared or that you may have come across on your YouTube about the kind of the details around the Carlton Reserve, if you haven't seen them, check them out. But if you've enjoyed them, consider subscribing, because I am very new to this and I would like to grow and to potentially do more of this. And so the only way I'm going to do that is if there are people that are interested in it, because the only way I'm going to do it and publish it, right? Because I was doing this on my own, much like some of you probably are at home, diving into this case just on your own. I was doing that, and then I just thought, you know what, I'm going to make videos around it. And so I'll only do it and continue to make videos around it if people are interested. If not, I'll just do this kind of on my own. But yeah, subscribe if you're in here right now and you have any interest in true crime, missing persons cases. Specifically, obviously, this Gabby Petito case is still going to be ongoing. So we're going to probably do a couple more streams here in the future that are related to this as more info comes out. But yeah, subscribe. That would be great. Gratitude is key to a happy life. That is correct. Mulling over maps takes a lot of time. Might have to full time. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do this full time by any means, but it might be kind of cool, right? Doing awesome. Thank you, Shay. Oh, Shay, I remember you from yesterday. Thank you for stopping back by. I feel like you emailed me as well. Thank you for popping back in the stream. Lori, hi, this is my first time here. Hi, Lori. Thanks for joining. This is my second time here. This is like my second stream. So you're new and I'm new as well. JW, stay focused on what you're good at. Your calmness and interest in maps is great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll keep doing this for sure. Like I said, I'm just going to keep reading some more comments because I feel like I was trying to do too much earlier and read comments. And I know I see the comments and I feel like obligated to try to read every one. And I know that that's not always the case when there's 1,000+ people. So I have to get better at that. I don't know if there's always going to be this many people watching me, but I do want to try to focus on some of the comments as the stream is kind of coming to a close, just because I appreciate people taking the time to comment. That's another thing. You can do once or twice a week on certain days you are free with different cases. That's a good point. You know what? I may do a poll. If I'm able to do a poll, I may ask some people. I may do a poll of how much I should stream, because I do have a full-time job right now. I work in production. I work in editing. For the next month, I'm pretty busy. So I won't be able to really dedicate a ton of time. But I should at the very least be able to stream, once a week, twice a week, maybe. So let me pop in and maybe do a poll here and see what people are thinking with that. So create a poll. All right, there's the first community poll coming in. We're going to read the reaction to this here in a little bit. How often should I stream? Would you watch? If I streamed once a week, would you watch? If so, select once a week. If I stream twice a week, would you watch? Would you tune in? And I know that depending on the stream schedule, obviously you guys have lives too. You're not going to be able to jump in on every single stream. So I get that. But let me know if you're interested in that. And at the very least, I should be able to make a video once a week. So maybe if I did one stream a week and then a regular video once a week, that'd be pretty cool too. So we'll see. Let's go back. Give us your schedule. Thank you for doing this. You won me over at Finding Brian Laundrie. Thank you. Jane Doe, my first time here. Also love maps. Well, you're in the right place because this is the channel for mulling over maps. Whoever was the person who first suggested that, I'm going to go back in the chat. I'll find out. That's amazing. Deborah, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your meal. Thanks for coming. Thumbs up. Cool. So let's see what people are saying. All right. Oh, so sorry if that was loud. It looks like people are saying twice a week. Okay, so that's interesting. 81% say twice a week. I mean, I could definitely try to do twice a week. I don't see why not. I'm trying to think right now. I mean, it's Saturday right now. I don't know if Saturdays or Sundays are going to ultimately be better in the long run for me. Maybe we do another poll. Let me see if I should do another poll on what day to stream. Let me know what you guys think. Why is this not showing the chat anymore? Hold on, guys. My chat went away. I have my laptop pulled up, but I wanted to see two-step verification here. Okay, let's get this going again. My camera's doing a funky thing. There's the focus. We might do another poll. Okay, so the chat, for some reason, has gone away on my computer side on my stream. But I have it pulled up right here. So I'm not going to do another poll, but maybe I'll do Saturday or Sunday, and then I might do a stream in the middle of the week, like a Wednesday or Thursday. So if I streamed on a Wednesday, I maybe will stream on a Saturday, and if I streamed on a Thursday, then maybe I'll wait till like a Sunday to stream. That's a potential. Debbie, my son's name is Aaron, wears glasses and works on computers. Thank you. That's amazing, Debbie. Your son sounds like a pretty cool guy. At least the glasses part and the name. Might be worthwhile to see what attendance is like on your next case. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, obviously there's so much more around the Gabby Petito case, Brian Laundrie situation right now. So obviously, like, I fully expect the views to eventually kind of flatten out, or at the very least correct themselves, because I know that this is just such a huge case. But so maybe right now we'll just focus on maybe once a week. And then maybe I'll put out a regular video once a week too. And maybe I'll start diving into other cases. We'll see. I thought about taking my drone out and filming in some kind of swampy, marshy areas to show people that even in areas that don't look very deep in terms of water, you can sometimes still be in like knee-high water. So that might be interesting. Turn your lights on. What lights? The Alexa light? Alexa, turn the light red. Okay. Shay says, will you be covering Emily for Lazo case? You know what? I'm going to screenshot that because I haven't heard about that yet. So I will look into that. I'm going to look into the Wells case. I also screenshotted that. Why can't I think of the first name? I want to say Shannon Wells. That's not it though. Echo Lloyd case. Oh my goodness. See what I'm saying? There's so many cases, you guys. Let me, on top of your editing and tech skills, you have a great voice for podcast/radio. You do what you like and suits your family schedule. Thank you. I appreciate that, JT. JTube. All right, screenshotted a couple other options. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of options, guys. If you want to check my email, it's in the description. If you have suggestions on active cases that are interesting that or intriguing in terms of maybe mulling over some maps, send them my way. My email's down in the description of this video. It's also in the About section of my YouTube page. I will read all the emails. It may take a little bit to get to some of them, but let me know some cases. Like I said earlier, I'm going to definitely cover more in terms of the Petito case because there just still are so many unanswered questions. So as information comes out timeline-wise, like if they confirm certain things about the timeline that are kind of speculation right now, I think it'd be really cool to go in and build out the timeline and actually show kind of their whole trip through the map or through, you know, whatever part of the timeline we might be focusing on. Maybe not the whole trip in one stream, but it might be cool to break that down into a huge like timeline where we really like navigate the map together and really get like a good visual and a good idea of what their trip was like. Because it's even fascinating to think that, you know, they drove by so many things that are probably overlooked, that when you go into the map and you really like follow the roads with them and know that that's likely the road that they took, there's so many things that they could have passed by. But anyways, guys, please mull over Daniel Robinson. See, these are all amazing. Cleo Smith case in Australia is a good one too. I'm going to go back through all of these comments. I'm going to jot down a few of these things. Thank you so much. I want to give a big shout out once again to Mel, all the people here from Mel's channel, iCkEdMeL. Thank you for coming over. All the people that happen to find this channel just on your YouTube stream or on your YouTube suggested page, thank you for clicking this. If we could get one more sweep of likes, if you haven't already, on the way out, that would help the channel grow and potentially reach more people. I have some ideas for some videos. I have some ideas for a stream, or for some more stuff to cover in the stream. And I will look out for your guys' emails in the next day or so that could potentially give some cool ideas and suggestions on cases. So with that said, I'm also gonna go check out Grizzly and some of these other people that have shared my videos, because I was unaware of that. So Deb, first time here, love maps. Thank you, Deb. Let's see. Love iCkEdMeL. Yes. iCkEdMeL for the win. Yeah. So thanks to all who have come from iCkEdMeL and have continued to watch my second stream. And like I said, thanks again to all the new people. But I think I'm going to hop off for now. It's close to 4 o'clock. I think I might try to get my wife to yell in here and say something. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. 1 second. I'm gonna put my BRB camera up. Hold on. It mutes my mic. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. So, as some people have requested, they want to hear my wife say hello. And I'm going to give her the nickname Beautiful Wife instead of using her name. As another YouTuber does that I watch. He calls his wife Beautiful Wife. Beautiful Wife, say hello. Louder. Hello. She said hello. Napping. She's napping. Is that it? Okay. That's it, guys. Mulling over maps should definitely be your new name. You know what? I'm considering that. That's at the very least, I should make like a screen, kind of like this screen, that has it written out on the screen, because that just would be cool. So I don't know about like changing my name specifically on YouTube, but definitely I like the name Mulling Over Maps. So thanks to those suggestions that came through from people. And like I said, thanks again for everyone that's new to the channel, everyone that came over from Mel. We'll hop in soon and hopefully some more information comes out. and maybe we'll just go over some interviews, because there's going to be more and more interviews coming out over the next weeks and obviously months in this case, but over the next few weeks, the attorney's going to talk more. I'm sure there's going to be way more scenarios way more interviews that we can break down in, as well as breaking down map footage. So of course, we're going to do some mulling over maps as more info comes out, but we'll definitely react to some interviews and some news coverage. So as stuff comes out, I'll hop on. I'm going to try to do a stream once a week. For sure, a stream on the weekends. So if you're around on Saturday or Sunday, maybe look out for the notification. Maybe I will post a day before I stream on my community page. So follow the page, subscribe to the account, and look out for those. Other than that, I'll maybe try to post a video if I don't get to stream. And thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll go through my emails. I'll go through my PayPal and Venmo donations again. If I missed anybody, I will reach out to you, or I will like the payment to show that I saw it. Thanks again.